Here are 10 new RPG games to play on your iPhone or iPad in 2020. Number 10, we have Ninth Dawn 3. Don't be put off by the 2D pixel art here. This game is a full-fledged role-playing adventure with so much freedom available to you, the player. That said, keep in mind the game doesn't hold your hand much. It's up to you to explore all the areas, from crypts, fortresses, villages, and more. I love how most of these locations are open to you from the beginning too. Plus, you can extensively customize your weapons and armor early on in the game. Go on quests, talk and help NPCs, fight and capture monsters, go fishing, cook food, collect gems, and so forth. There's a huge variety of fighting styles and equipment, so the replay value is really unlimited. The game is led by a solo developer. Cool. Ninth Dawn 3 costs $9.99 USD on the App Store. Number 9 is Pascal's Wager. This game doesn't get enough love on iOS. It has 20 or more hours of content, featuring impressive combat mechanics, a deep skill tree, and dozens of different enemies and bosses. Yeah, it's quite a gloomy game and doesn't provide much direction on what to do at first, but I personally didn't mind this as I enjoyed the challenge. Recently, the game received 3 new DLCs, which expand on the story, bring new maps, and playable characters. If you're a fan of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, or Demon's Souls, definitely check out this one. Keep in mind though, it doesn't have the polish of those AAA games, but it's still enjoyable for what it is. Pascal's Wager costs $6.99 USD. I would suggest playing the game with a controller, as the touch controls are kind of awkward for this kind of experience. Number 8, we have Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights, which was originally released back in 2002 and then re-released in 2018 as the Enhanced Edition. In 2020, the Enhanced Edition was brought to iOS. This game has 100 plus hours of Dungeons and Dragons gameplay. It offers the longest playtime on this list actually. You see, the Enhanced Edition includes the original campaign plus 6 free DLC adventures. My favorite part of the game though is the cross-platform multiplayer with mobile, tablets, computers, and consoles. Amazing. This version also brings improved graphics with pixel shaders and post-processing effects, adjustable contrast, vibrance and depth of field options, and re-engineered UI for iPhone and iPads. Neverwinter Nights costs $9.99 USD. Number 7 is Book of Demons Tablet Edition. Book of Demons is a unique one. It's presented as a paper pop-up dungeon crawler. The hack and slash gameplay works perfectly on the touchscreen. In fact, I'd say the touchscreen controls are significantly better than playing the game on PC with a mouse. You see, when hordes of enemies come on screen, you can quickly tap to attack, and your response time can be faster with your fingers than with a mouse. Enjoy procedurally generated dungeons, an 8-hour campaign, 70 plus different types of unique monsters, 80 base card types, and 3 character classes with unique mechanics. The cool thing is that the game will learn your playstyle and will adapt to build better levels. Book of Demons costs $9.99 USD. Please note, the game is only available on iPad. Number 6, we have Atom RPG. I like to think of Atom RPG as the successor to the classic Fallout games. The story is set in 1986, when both the Soviet Union and the Western Bloc have been destroyed in mutual nuclear bombings. You play as one of the survivors. Atom RPG has turn-based combat and random encounters with dwellers of the Soviet wasteland. I noticed that during these encounters, the dialogue is well written, with multiple choice that will change based on stat allocation and style. There's a hunger system, radiation and poison, as well as resistances and cures. Look, it doesn't have the most advanced graphics, but it's a very well made game and just a solid CRPG, hands down. You can also transfer your save progress to the Steam version and vice versa. If you like Fallout 1 and 2, or the Wasteland series I guess, this one is right up your alley. Atom RPG costs $10.99 USD. Number 5 is the Survivalists. The Survivalists is set in the same universe as the Escapists. However, instead of trying to escape a prison, you have to try and survive on an island. Hunt animals for food, go on a gauntlet run, build bases, go on quests, craft weapons and gear, from a primitive axe to chop wood, or a fruit smoothie to fill up your hunger. The game also has 1 to 4 player multiplayer between iOS, Mac, and Apple TV devices. The game offers a more casual, arcade-ish experience. It can be rather slow-paced after a few hours, and some will find that boring, especially when compared to what you could do in the Escapist series. Anyway, if you're interested in the game, it is available to Apple Arcade subscribers on the App Store. Number 4, we have Moonlighter. In Moonlighter, players follow the everyday routines of Will, a shopkeeper that wants to become a hero. The iPhone and iPad version of Moonlighter has been designed really well, with new and intuitive touch controls so you can easily manage your shop and swiftly deal with the dangers. Touch and swipe is the default control scheme and is recommended for the best experience, but you can enable classic virtual joysticks, or you can just play with a controller. However, please note, controller support is limited to gameplay only, it doesn't work for menu interaction. The other downside to the game for some is that it can be a grind to get enough resources or cash to upgrade. Moonlighter costs $11.99 USD. Number 3 is Forager. Forager is a 2D open world game inspired by popular exploration, farming and crafting games. We're talking Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Terraria, and even idle clickers. At first, the game starts out rather slow, but soon you're improving and building up your base, then buying more land, then leveling up your skills, then upgrading your equipment, then with the blink of an eye, what the heck, 3 hours have passed. The game's 2D art style is also fantastic. It's super simple yet effective, if that makes sense, so it can hook you in really well. I will say the touch controls need some work, they're a little bit rough at times, but thankfully full controller support is available. Other than that, I have nothing to complain over. It's a great game. Forager costs $7.99 USD. Number 2, we have Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. It's a good game, man. Not just visually, but gameplay-wise, everything is super well polished. You have an open world to explore that is filled with a meaty story and heaps of side quests, cross-platform multiplayer, lots of NPCs to talk to, lots of enemies to battle with, using a fantastic combat system, and a diverse range of playable characters are here. Genshin Impact is the only free game I included in this top 10 list, which I know will upset people, but it's for good reason. Free RPGs on mobile are usually terrible or a pay-to-win mess. Genshin Impact is not. It is offering the same quality of what you'd see from a premium paid mobile game or even a console or PC game. It's impressive, and I hope more free App Store games follow in this game's steps. Number 1, we have Thronebreaker. Well, this is my favorite RPG on iPhone and iPad in 2020. It's a single-player experience and part Gwent card battler. It's brought to you by the developers behind The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Thronebreaker tells a 35-plus hour story of Maeve, a war veteran queen of 2 northern realms. You'll follow her as she faces an invasion and is forced to once again enter the warpath, setting out on a dark journey of destruction and revenge. Truly, it's a AAA game on mobile. The story is really good, the characters are interesting. I also love how their mouths move in dialogue sections. It's a small thing, but it's so good. And the gameplay is just the right mix of difficult and doable. Thronebreaker costs $9.99 USD. Divinity Original Sin 2 is coming to iPad soon. We have no release date. What we do know is that it contains over 100 hours of roleplay and over 1 million words of voiceover. What we don't know is if an iPhone version will be available or if controller and keyboard and mouse support will be possible. Regardless, I think it will be a good showcase of the quality of graphics that can run on modern Apple GPUs. What do you think of these iOS RPG games? Impressed or disappointed? Do you wish there were more high-end looking games on the list? Let me know in the comments. Regardless, if you found this video useful, a like is greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new, why not subscribe and turn on notifications as we upload weekly content all about gaming on Apple products. My name's Stewie and thanks for watching.